Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I have a couple of new products that I got at Sephora, but of course they're not just from Sephora. Bite Beauty has come out with new lips, and I had mentioned this in my Will I Buy It video that I was looking forward to seeing what's going on. They're finally back to a tube. Is that what you call it? A tube? You know what I mean. It's an actual lipstick. And I got 3 colors, but looking at it now, I may not have chosen well. I don't recognize my favorite color in this group, unfortunately. And it feels like, you know, one thing about Bite, they did have some vibrant colors. They had a lot of neutrals, but they had some punchies, and I don't feel like they have any punchies, but we have 3, and we're definitely going to try those on. And then Giorgio Armani's Balm came out. I remember when I first saw this, I did a snappy and put it on my community page saying, oh yes, I'm here. Please call me. It was 9 shades and it just looked luscious, but I didn't know what it was because the colors are very, very brownish. I thought maybe they were contours. They weren't quite warm enough to be blushes, but indeed they are blushes. So of the colors available, I'm just opening it right now. Stop. Look. I mean, hi. It's like architecture, you know what I mean? So I have already been out and about, and I just put some concealer on my cheeks to cut down on any redness. I think the blush I put on earlier today is bye-bye. And we're going to put this on the face. Looks like it's color 61. I don't understand this. So it doesn't really say on the box what color it is. It's Neo Nude Melting Color Balm for cheeks and eyes. And let's see what it feels like. Oh, okay. This feels dry, not dry like it's going to be uncomfortable, but usually these kind of things have either a dimethicone nature to them, a slippy nature, whether it's through dimethicone or something more emollient like the Towers or even the Kara Weiss. It feels different. It's more creamy, and it doesn't feel quite like this. Like this is dry, but not drying. This, I feel like, okay, there's a creaminess to this, but there's no emollients at all. Like with other things, I could go like this, and it picks up. Not with this. So the colors were hard for me to figure out. You know, always the case, because you just don't know. And the color that I ended up getting, I thought was kind of plummy. It looks super dark. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and pick some up and then take the excess up. Not that much excess, so actually this might be the way to go rather than your fingers. Let's give it a go. The color to me seems to be very fall. I'm just going to bring it up here because that's what they did in the examples. That's really nice. I mean, the texture is really nice. I'm not so sure about the color. I might have gone a little too far with the color. This is the kind of color that is like, on some skin tones, is that flush color. You know, when you see someone who just gets a flushness right here, like that triangle this way, this is that kind of color in some people, but I do feel there's a very dark nature to this. And even though I liked it the way it looked on the Asian model, who, of the choices I had, I felt like her skin tone was closer to mine. I am not so sure about that darkness. So it definitely, because of that darkness, can kind of contour you out if you like that. But for me, I just don't like that look on me. I don't think there's anything fresh about it or sophisticated on my face. It can work on other people, but I feel like I need a little color on my cheek, so whatever's left, but not something really dark on my cheek. There's a lovely sheen going on with this. I need to put my straps up so nobody thinks I'm naked. I had just run some errands, and since I usually get my things from Sephora much later in the day, I didn't think there would be a chance I would get it during my shooting hours. And I was wrong. So just put it on the lip. Actually, I don't mind this, you guys. This is kind of a one and done situation. If you already have your foundation on and you don't want to think too much, boom, boom. I think the problem is the color range. There's no pinks. I like myself a pink. There's a lot of different kinds of browns. They really look like they're close to contour shades, and this might be a lovely contour because it doesn't have that emollient stickiness to it. And for blushes, I don't know, you tell me. I think it works. It's just a little outside my wheelhouse, and it's reading a little winter. But I like this formula. It doesn't feel uncomfortable on the lips. It's not so heavy that you feel its weight. And it's not sticky, of course. It's just like a little something. I kind of like this idea. I do wish they had come out with all 9 colors, but they didn't. So let's move on. Now, Bite previously had bullets before, but I don't think they were called mattes. I think they were Amuse Bouche or something like that. I do have a couple. I at first found them to be kind of heavy, but I got used to it, and I thought they were very, very nice. And they are food grade, and it's that whole thing of women eat 10 pounds of their own lipstick over a period of time. I thought it was a year, but after I shot that video, I thought, there's no way it's a year. It must be a lifetime. Anyway, I got 3 colors. Let's take some swatches first. Sesame. Cayenne. Harrisa. Right there. Now, when I chose this, I thought, it's possible one of my Lisa Eldridge's is like this. It's possible Bray from Rare Beauty is like this. So after we put this on, we're definitely going to do a comparison on that shade because it seems so unusual at the same time. I feel like I may already have it. Well, let's go on. And by the way, I like the shape of the bullet. I don't think their bullets were shaped like this previous. Oh, this feels so different. Harrisa. Here's the deal, you guys. The previous ones had a heaviness to them. They felt heavy like a balm, and I'm using the word, don't think of drugstore balms because those kind of feel liquidy as they go on, but there was a heaviness and a thickness to it. These have a slip. They feel like a whisper of the same formula. It feels so much thinner, and I would say the slip when you're rubbing the lips together is similar, but this is much lighter. And this is a very pretty color. Harrisa. Cayenne. This one online, I didn't think it looked like this, but here we go. That's why I'm here. So if you're new here, hi, I am hooded, and it kind of defines everything when it comes to my makeup. Second of all, I love a bright lip. And this is a bright lip. It's not summer bright to me, it's more, but it can be. There is a vibrancy to it. And it feels like it has that blotted look and the blotted line as well. So the line, even though I was very careful, I didn't use a liner and I didn't get a sharp look out of the line, which I'm okay with. Especially if you have uneven lips and you have not mastered how to even them up. Okay? A lip that's not too sharp is okay, and this blotted look is okay as well. It's not like a matte, but it is. I don't see any sheen on it, but I feel that it has a little bit of a hazy blotted look to it, which I'm okay with. And you know what? I think I really like this color. It seems to have a pinkness, you can see. I mean, Cayenne is an orange, so I thought we were going that direction, but this has a pinkness to it. It's not quite a red, it's not quite a pink, but it is a pink, and it reminds me of something I have by Pat McGrath. So we're going to do a comparison to that. But first, let's do Sesame. There's a scent to these as well. I was just so into the color, I forgot to mention. Slightly vanilla. It's lovely. It's not too strong. And I'm really surprised, you guys, because I thought this color right here, Sesame, was not going to work. It was going to make me look dead. Because these kinds of colors usually do, but you know what? It's not as light as I thought, and it seems to have a pinky undertone, which is agreeable for me. I think this is a great nude for me. Can you believe it? I have like one I really love made by Becca, Rip, and I already have a backup of it. I don't use it very often, but it's kind of a beigey, and this could be a nice pinky nude for me. So this is Sesame. All right, let's talk about Harrisa. I'm thinking Velvet Dragon from Lisa Eldridge might be very similar. Ah, it's not. There's the Lisa Eldridge. So this one is not as vibrant. It's almost like now I can see some pinkness in the one from Lisa Eldridge, Velvet Dragon. But when I'm looking at it this way, it's orange, it's not pink. So ignore that because I was looking in this mirror here. It's much more orange, where the Harrisa is muddied, if that makes sense. And then Rare Beauty in Brave. I love this because I don't have anything like it and it's unusual. So there's Brave. I think that is very similar. Very, very similar. Almost the same thing. Now Cayenne kind of reminds me of, and I don't think it's going to be a match, but when I was looking at the tube, I don't know, I just kind of thought this might be as unique as this. But they're not the same. Pat McGrath Fever Dream. But let's just see, because this is such a chameleon kind of color. There's the Pat McGrath. So this one's much more vibrant. It has a lot more pink in it, which is so unusual. An unusual choice, at least for the name Cayenne. And you know, while we're at it, I'm going to pull out Christy from Pat McGrath and see how that works. So this is Christy, and it's interesting. When I put this on, I feel like this is so deadening on me. I just can't. This one, if you can believe it, is lighter, and this is much more opaque, you know, but at the same time, I feel like this one works better on me. Go figure. Nudes are so hard for me to figure out. I'm going to take this off and put Christy on one side and put Sesame on the other side. I think this is actually, yes, there's a little bit of the Cayenne still here, but this looks like my actual lip color. And that is the Sesame. Well, let's do Christy. Well, look at that. This is very strange because here, the Sesame looks darker than the Christy. This is the Christy, and this is the Sesame. You know, lip colors are really, really interesting. All right, you guys, I'm sweating. It's here. And you know what's really strange is I'm suddenly seeing the back of my chair in my shot all the time, and I don't understand why. Like, why is that happening? But now I feel like I'm uneven, and now I feel like I'm straight, but this shoulder is really low, and I don't, I don't understand it. But to me, a liner might help this out a little bit. I mean, I just tried on a bunch of lipsticks, but I really like this Sesame, and I'm really surprised because I thought it was going to be a no. Let me just take off my sweat and talk to you about this blush. I love the finish on this blush. What I like about it is there's a sheen here, and of course there was a sheen on my face anyway, and of course I'm sweating now. But it's not emollient. I think if you have oily skin and you wanted to play with a cream blush, this is something that you will like. And I think if you're dry, you don't have to worry about this drying you out. I do think a finger application with this might be tricky. Let's just, all of you have probably signed out by now because you think I'm done. But let's just see how that works. Can I use it as a contour? Oh, okay. So instead of dabbing, I'm just barely touching my skin and working that in. So fingers can work absolutely too. And that's the shade. Now I look kind of crazy. That's it, you guys. I am really pleased with this Armani. Really, really pleased with this. The packaging is beautiful and the color is unusual for me. I do wish they had more colors. They have a couple of colors that are very orangey looking, and then several browns, a warm brown and a cool brown that really look like bronzer and contour. But, you know, if you're into that nude face, you're going to be in happy land. And I love the feeling of these. These do feel different than the previous formulation, 100%. And I know that many of the colors are the same because I recognized some of those colors as I was reading them off. I'm not sure which of these are new, if any, but I'm very, very pleased. I'm so glad Bite is back. I don't get a perfume scent from the Giorgio Armani, which is amazing because European brands usually have tons of scent, so yay. A little bit of a vanilla scent going on with the Bite. I don't have a problem with that. I don't even smell it anymore. And yay, it's been a while. It's been like a hot minute since there's been something new out. So I'm kind of excited about it, and these are absolutely wins for me. So yay, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you come back again. Consider subscribing if you've made it this far. It's not going to kill you. It's free, and you can always unfollow if you really, really don't like me. And until we meet again, be safe and smart. I'm wishing you good health.